Guys, welcome back. The long anticipated video is here. Finally, it took about 6 weeks, but it has finally come. Gordo, this one's just for you. Somehow, I creeped into the playoffs after a horrible ending to the season. The 6th seed somehow. Really excited to see what's gonna happen in these fantasy playoffs. Pete, you got anything to say about that?
Yeah, I do got a couple of things to say. I figured I'll switch it up, and so you don't have to look at this mug for another week of these videos. But what a great ending to the season! Literally came down to the last quarter of the last game of the regular season. Dom, I feel bad for you, Dom. You had him. Tom was going to be out. Everyone was going to celebrate. We were going to go by Tom's house and chant, "Nah, nah, 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 goodbye," and throw eggs at his house. A few of us. I'm not going to name any names, but Tom, you probably know who it was.
Yeah, I know who it was.
Gordo. But, Gordo and Mashi.
Yeah, that's not surprised.
And myself.
Not surprised. We're going to do rankings for who we think has the best chance to win it all, and we're also going to do a playoff matchup for this week. So me and Pete both made lists. I'll start with my list. My number 1 team right now is Wonder. My number 2 team is Tass. 3, I got your main man Buckets.
That's right.
4, I got Gordo, but both of those spots are interchangeable. 5, I have me. 6, I have Salami. Pete, who do you got?
Well, my list, number 1, I have Gordo. I think he has the best team. He's playing me, so hopefully I'm not right about this. Number 2 is Wonder. Wonder's strong, and that first round bye I think is really big. It's huge.
Very key.
In the number 3 spot I have, who do I have? Oh, I have Tom here.
Oh, we're both batting 3 in our lineups. I like
Tom's
it.
team's getting hot at the right time. I think, I hate to say this, but Josh Gordon scares me. It should scare everyone too. They threw at him almost every play last week, and that's what fantasy's about right there.
And the thing is, when they weren't throwing to him, when he was off the field after he would run a fly route, the guy that they put in was Kenny Britt. And Kenny Britt was getting the receptions, not Corey Coleman. That's another thing you got to look at.
That's true.
That's the way the game plan worked out. They wanted to feed whatever the X or wide receiver, whatever it was. Z receiver, I don't know what it is.
Right. My 4 spot is myself. I think my team is getting hot at the right time, but I got a tough road. I got to beat Gordo, and then I would have to beat Wonder. So odds aren't with me on there, but I still think I'm going to win the whole thing. Number 5, I got your main man, Wheeling, Dealing, Thielens, Tass. He's 5. He has the bye, and he's still 5. He's spiraling out of control. He's a choke artist. He's not going to win this. He's in the 5th. And 6th, I have Salami.
We both have Salami batting 6.
Because losing Rodgers destroyed him. His team is struggling right now. Alex Smith is struggling. He has Hundley starting. It's hard to win with those 2 quarterbacks.
Now,
and I also put him 6th because he's probably not going to watch this video to get mad at me.
Now, I think Wonder is number 1 at this point just because he's lost Odell Beckham. And he is still
Slide in here.
he's still one of the top point scorers every single week, which is incredible. To lose your first round pick and to still be up there every single week. I can't say the same for my team. My team was always at the bottom in the middle of the year. Tass, I like his road to the championship game just because he has to play either me or Salami. And me and Salami right now, we're 5th and 6th in total points. And that's not a key to success. I think me and Salami's matchup is going to come down to 150, 140 points scored, that type of matchup. Buckets and Gordo, I think whoever wins that matchup is going to the championship game. I think they have a shot to upset Wonder, but Wonder is still, we know who Wonder is. But Gordo missing Gronk is horrible for him. No one would have thought he would have got suspended. I think you had to. The NFL is trying to cut down on these fucking malicious plays and these guys fucking cracking people. I mean, that Gronk play threw an elbow drop on top of that dude.
Looked like a wrestling move.
It's a full wrestling move. He learned it from fucking his boy Mojo Rawley, WWE superstar Mojo Rawley.
And the guy got injured.
And the guy got injured. He got concussed. So the NFL's cutting back on plays like that. Like I said, me and Salami, we both have a good road in, but I think I'm going to beat Salami this week. And I like my matchup against Tass, but I got to give Tass his due respect. He was number one the entire year. He actually wound up losing the last 2 weeks. You beat him?
2 weeks. Week 12, second to last week. About 3:30 in the afternoon, he had Julio Jones with 56 points.
Yeah.
And everyone was counting chickens in the group chat and everything. But I came on strong late, and I took him down, and then he had no momentum going into Wonder. Wound up being a real good matchup too, but Wonder edged him out and took the league.
Fucking Wonder. First overall $1,500 payout. Ka-ching. I'm sure him and Tass had a little thing going on. Whoever wins this matchup, maybe you get 500 for losing.
The 5-5-5 deal.
That's what I'm thinking.
They won't tell me, but
they won't say.
I think I nailed that.
Definitely could see that coming from those two. Playing it safe, as Tass would say. But let's go into some of these teams, the matchups. People start with your matchup. I'm really liking both of your teams this week. The only thing is both of your teams are lacking flex spots. I'm getting nervous with Hogan. Hogan practiced today, but here we go. Who's this? We got a guest speaker here, straight out of Bronx 11.
Robbie I.
Robbie I.
He's just finished telling us how he didn't make the playoffs in his own league. So
second most
points in the league. No playoffs.
No playoffs.
Sounds like Dom.
Sounds like Dom is right. Yeah, so it wasn't a flex spot. It was Gordo's flex spot and one of your wide receiver spots. Your third wide spot. Hogan up in the air right now. We practiced this week. If Gronk's not playing, he's definitely the number one option in that offense right now. But you look at him, he's got that shoulder injury. He was in a sling for 3-4 weeks.
He's been out 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Rex Burkhead's the guy.
Rex Burkhead is the guy, Rob saying. And Buckets, you have him.
I do, but I have no room to play another running back on my team.
Unfortunately, Bucket starts 3 running backs.
Yeah. I could put him ahead of McKinnon, but I don't know.
It's very tough.
Guys, pick up Mike Davis in all your leagues.
Relax, Rob. I have him, Rob. We're looking at Gordo's flex spot. He's got Latavius Murray in there, and Latavius Murray is a blowjob. He doesn't produce enough. I mean, you have 2 running backs starting on the same team, on opposite teams in fantasy wise, McKinnon and Murray. So who's gonna get the ball? Is it gonna be the Vikings gonna be playing from behind and McKinnon's getting the ball, or they're gonna be eating the clock and Murray's getting the ball? No one knows.
Gordo just texted me a few minutes ago saying how he was nervous about his flex spot. So I've been giving him some false stats back. So hopefully he plays the wrong guy.
And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if Gordo winds up starting Marshawn Lynch. I think it would be a horrible start.
He loves Marshawn
Last
Lynch.
week I told him to bench him. He wound up. Did he start him? No, he benched him against the Giants, and he had a great game.
He's got Cooper.
He's got Cooper too, but Cooper's coming off a concussion.
Cooper, Lynch, or Latavius.
Got Latavius in there right now.
Big decision, Gordis.
That's it could be a potential 20 to 30 point swing, especially with Cooper's upside. You're in a tough spot. But looking at the 2 quarterbacks, Gordo clearly's got the lead with the 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah, he does.
Both of those guys could throw up upwards of 30 points each. If he gets a Carson Wentz game throwing up 45 and a Brady game throwing up 45, it's going to be very hard for this team to lose at this point of the season. He's got the best quarterbacks. From
Wentz and Brady.
He's had it the entire year because he had Deshaun Watson and Wentz, and then he traded Deshaun Watson for Tom Brady straight up.
The week Watson.
What was the trade?
Wentz,
Watson
for Brady, straight up.
It's a keeper league. So
wow.
Watson
that week in practice, Watson went down. Just the story of Jack's season.
Glorious ass.
Glorious ass.
That's the Jack's team's name. 2-10. Oh no, yeah, he was 2-10 because he wound up losing to Messi.
Yeah.
Horrible season by Jack. Jack's at least he has a good lock pick. That's all we could say about Jack's team at this point. But yeah, those 2 quarterbacks are real good. Still think Goff and Ryan. They're still respectable. I could both see them putting up 20 to 30 points. Still gonna keep Pete in this game. But his two running backs clearly better. Bell and Kamara, they're both top 5 guys at this point. Le'Veon Bell's either 1 or 2. Kamara's in the top 5. The guy is unbelievable. He's going to win Rookie of the Year.
You know, he's going to be a first-round draft pick next year.
First round draft pick
He
next
is.
year.
He wasn't even drafted in our league
He
this
was,
year.
he was the last
He
pick.
can't
in
even
my
be a
draft.
lock.
The last pick.
Can't
in
even be
12th
locked.
round.
Pete, what do you
He's
got
a
to say
first
about Kamara?
rounder.
Because I know you're huge on him.
Kamara,
Yeah.
I got to say that I feel bad for Lawrence kind of because Laz dropped Kamara midweek.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know for what reason. Maybe for no reason.
No,
He
it's
just-
because he had the 8 running backs. Remember that whole
Oh,
situation? And he
yeah.
had to drop a running back.
So he picked Kamara of
So
all
he
the
picked
guys.
Kamara out of all the guys. Kerwin Williams was one of the guys. He
What a donkey, whoever that was.
could have dropped Kerwin Williams. He could have dropped. There was another Chris Johnson. I think he could have dropped. He really fucked that one.
And
up
I didn't
bad.
even have to waste a waiver on Kamara. He was an ad,
Pure
a midweek ad.
Oh man.
We were sitting at Gordo's house, and I went on my phone and I added him right in front of Lawrence and Rennie.
He's going to be on a lot of winning fantasy teams this year. I have a really good feeling. He's number 3 right now overall. Wow, 21 points a game. He's been putting up 20 points every single week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight weeks. That's fucking ridiculous.
He does scare me though. He's due for a down week, and I can't afford a down week right now because he doesn't touch the ball as much as I would like as for a running back.
He literally touches the ball like 10 times, 12 times, and
He gets
somehow
like
it's
9
30
carries
points.
for 80 yards and then 8 catches for 90 yards, and at least a touchdown.
Yeah, he's averaging like 7 yards per
But that's
carry.
scary because if he gets 8 carries for 20 yards, like most people do, and gets 4 catches, he's going to throw up a dud. So we'll see what happens with that. I do have Le'Veon on the back end to support the rest of my team.
And looking at McCoy and Howard, McCoy has been very steady this year. He has had his down games. Peterman's going to be the starting quarterback. I think that's going to affect him a little bit more. I think they're going to throw literally 9 guys on the box and have Nathan Peterman beat them, which I don't think is going to happen considering he's passed the ball about 8 times in his career and he has 5 interceptions. And then Jordan Howard is another guy. I see why Lawrence traded Jordan Howard just because me and Lawrence were talking about snap counts.
Right.
And Jordan Howard's snap count for the past 4 or 5 weeks has been under 60%. For a running back, that's key, especially a guy like him who really relies on volume. He needs 20 to 25 carries a game in order to have value. He's been horrible. These past four weeks, he's been under 10 points every single game. He's been, let's see. Oh, no. Well, he has 5, 21, 3, and 4. Like, he can't be doing that. If he throws up a dud, really bad news for Gordos. I'm leaning way more towards bucket side on running backs a lot, by a landslide.
Now we get to move on to wides. I think Gordo had me clearly in quarterbacks, although mine are decent too. I have him clearly in running backs, although his are decent too. And now we move on to wides. I would have him if Rodgers didn't go down and Jordy didn't ruin my season. And also Mike Evans has been a complete bust.
I don't know what the hell
For me.
happened to him.
He's getting targets, which is promising, and Gordo, you should be a little worried about that. He's due to explode, but he's not getting catches and he's not scoring touchdowns. Their team's terrible.
Horrible.
No matter what quarterback plays, Fitz or Winston, he doesn't do anything. But I'm hoping he finally comes around. Cooper Kupp turned into a must-start for me the last couple of weeks. I dropped Robert Woods for Cooper Kupp a few weeks ago, and that was terrible. But then Robert Woods got hurt, and Cooper Kupp became a must-start. So my wides are decent, but then going on to your team, it's just hard to compete with. AB,
Antonio Brown is
right off the bat, it's the best. He's literally the best fantasy player, I think.
fun,
overall.
the best to watch. He's so fun to watch.
No matter what position, I think he's just the best. Every week, he might have a slow first half and then wind up with 9 catches for 130 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Every single
Getting
week. Big
cracked.
Ben loves him. He
Yeah.
gets hit. He never gets hurt. He's just great. And then you coming up with Michael Thomas. We have, not to mention, we have a big night tomorrow night, Thursday night
Huge
football.
night, Thursday night football
Now that I'm looking at it, Matt Ryan and Kamara
versus Michael
versus Michael Thomas,
and Deion Jones.
and then your defensive player. It's a huge You don't really hear names like that, especially in the playoffs, especially on Thursday night. So that's going to be big tomorrow night. And then you got Jarvis Landry. I don't know if he still leads the league in catches, but he's up there. He's a target machine. Their team sucks, but they just feed him the ball.
Thing is, he's playing the Patriots defense, and we have seen the Patriots defense go from the worst defense ever to start a season to not giving up over 20 points the past 6 weeks.
Right.
And their defenses came on out of nowhere. I'm starting them this week. Jay Cutler or Matt Moore, whoever's throwing the ball, their offense is not that good. They're the 29th total offense in all of football.
And Belichick is known to take out the other team's best player, which in this case would be Jarvis Landry.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that happens. But the guy's an athlete. He's going to get his. Hopefully not too much. Now we go down to tight end. Now you did have the advantage, Gordis.
100%. Your boy.
Your boy Ric Flair, Rob Gronkowski, decided to elbow drop some poor black kid.
Tre'Davious White. Guy got fucking crushed.
And now you have Hunter Henry in, who's questionable.
Limited practice today.
So, and I have Evan Ingram, who's...
The best rookie tight end of all time?
He is. He has come back to life the last few weeks. He hasn't been that good. He's had some bad drops. But he does get targeted a lot. Eli's coming back, which is good for him.
22 points last week. Huge. With Geno.
But Gronk was clearly better than him. But now I think I have you on tight end no matter who you decide to start.
Flex spot. I'm leaning you. Okay?
I like when you lean me, Tom.
I'm definitely leaning on you.
Leaning me is good.
I like McKinnon in this game. I like the Panthers to win this game, and when the Vikings are trailing, that's when they start throwing the ball a little bit more. That's when McKinnon gets put in. Catching passes, 1 catch, 2 catches, 3 catches in a drive. Next thing you know, he has 5 points on a drive where he doesn't score a touchdown. You're getting points on drives you're not scoring touchdowns like that. You're going to win weeks. I don't like Latavius Murray. I don't like any of Gordo's potential spots in this... for all the matchups. I mean, I know Amari Cooper isn't going to be facing off against Marcus Peters because he just got suspended, but Peters hasn't been that good this year. I know Cooper did have 200 yards against the Chiefs, but the way the Raiders are now, who knows with that game. I'm
just hoping you really make the wrong decision there, Gordis. You have 3 guys. One of them is probably going to do good.
One of them's going to do
Maybe
good.
2 of them are going to do good. One of them's going to do bad, though.
One of them's going to do really bad.
And I'm hoping that's the guy that's in your flex, but... because I need all the help I can get with the rest of your team here. But like I said, tomorrow night, I don't know where you're watching the game, boys, but it's a big start to these playoffs. I'll tell you that much.
Huge start.
I don't know if you guys have anyone in your matchup.
I have no one. He has no one.
No one. But still,
we'll
big.
put the DP defensive special teams a kicker in one spot. I'm leaning more towards you right now, but I'm looking at him. I know you're probably gonna wind up picking up a kicker.
Yeah, I'm mixing and matching stuff right now. I don't even know if that's set. Landon's been good for me.
Landon's been really good.
The Bills and Dan Bailey, I might switch around. I don't know yet. So it's not even worth talking about. I don't think. It's kind of fucking hit or miss.
It really is hit or miss, and
very lucky.
But the only bad thing about being hit or miss is if you hit and you hit big and you score 25 points as a defense, or if you miss and you score -4. That is a complete. That's a 29, 30 points. That's fucking. It's tremendous. We'll move on to my highly anticipated matchup. Somehow I creep into the playoffs.
Unbelievable.
AJ Green has one of the best first halves I've ever seen a receiver have, and then he has one of the worst second halves I've ever seen a receiver have. Literally.
He had drops. He had a touchdown call back. He had a big drop on a big play. He cost them, the Bengals, the game. He costed Dom his career in fantasy.
It's amazing.
He let Tom sneak in.
I passed out. After his second touchdown, I turned the game off. I was fucking fuming.
It was over.
I passed out.
We were all chatting about it. It was over.
I woke up at 4 in the morning, and I got a text from a league member. I'm not going to name names. It wasn't Buckets, but I'm not going to name names. And he said, congratulations, and he had the fireworks going off in the iMessage. So it was... I couldn't believe it.
I thought he was messing with you.
Yeah, I thought he was messing with me. I checked. I was like, wow, this guy didn't do anything. Would he get hurt? Didn't even get hurt. Had a horrible second half. Looking at the quarterbacks for mine and Salami's matchup, At this point of the season, I don't know what Alex Smith is. He had a really, really good game against the Jets. Jets have a decent defense. Looking at the play calling from last week, it kind of helped out that Andy Reid isn't calling plays anymore for the Chiefs. That's what I'm looking at. Because the guy couldn't fucking call a play. I was complaining about it for 6 weeks that they don't fucking keep this guy Hunt in for nothing. They pull him out on third down. They weren't giving him the ball. They weren't using Tyreek Hill the right way. They weren't using Kelsey the right way. They're running gadget plays on second and third downs.
Try all those trick formations and motions and
that
shovel passes and all that shit. But it might work in a game. It's not working for fantasy.
Yeah.
It's not giving guys the opportunity to score points.
I don't want Travis Kelsey throwing passes, okay? Fantasy-wise.
That's not why you drafted him.
No, it's not why I drafted him. I don't want him throwing passes. I want him catching touchdowns.
He can't throw. He can't
Come
throw.
on.
He's a tight end.
He's a tight end.
He can't throw. Let me put this out. We'll start with quarterbacks, right? As a whole here, this could be the worst 4 starting quarterbacks I've ever seen in a playoff round of fantasy football.
This is bad.
You have Jameis, has Fitzpatrick right on his tail.
Literally.
He's been hurt. He's been
big time banged up.
He's been bad when he wasn't hurt. He was supposed to be good coming in this year. I almost drafted him in that second round.
I wish you did. I'm
glad I didn't. Their whole team has been bad. They were on Hard Knocks. Everyone was excited for the Bucks' big offense. He's just been bad. He had that weird fucking video licking his fingers.
Ugh,
He's disgusting. I don't like him at all, actually. As a person, as a football player.
He's a horrible person.
I don't really like him at all. Jimmy Garoppolo's your other guy. I mean,
I believe in him. I really do believe in Jimmy G.
All right.
Leading a horrible Niners team last week into a 15-13 finish. I think Jimmy G is going to be the quarterback of the future for the Niners. I really do.
Is he going to be the quarterback of your fantasy
of
future?
My fantasy. That's the real question.
Because it's a big difference. I think he's going to be good in his career too, but it's about this week.
It's getting to a point where I can't start Marcus Mariota anymore. He's not throwing for over 200 yards in games. He's not throwing for more than 3 touchdowns.
Isn't that bad?
He hasn't gone over 21 points. Look at his numbers. He hasn't gone over 21 points once this year. Wow. He's a quarterback too. Straight up.
A bad quarterback too.
Bad quarterback too. I can't start him. I have way more upside with Garoppolo throwing maybe deep, hit Goodwin deep for a pass.
Right.
Hit someone deep. Trent Taylor over the middle. He had almost 300 yards passing last week. I mean, coming into the season, Jimmy G was supposed to eventually come after Brady. He was going to be the next guy whenever Brady was going to retire, which I think the Patriots are like, yo, Brady's not retiring for 4 or 5 years, so we might as well trade this guy because he's going to walk anyway.
Because he wasn't coming for Brady.
Yeah, he wasn't coming for
No
Brady.
one's coming for Brady. The good news is about this matchup, Tom, with Winston and Garoppolo, you actually are the clear favorite on quarterbacks for this week because you're facing Alex Smith, who started off the year tremendously. He was in MVP talks. Yeah. All this stuff, they looked great. They were undefeated, right, for a while.
And they beat the Patriots week 1.
Yeah, they looked tremendous. He was airing the ball. He was firing the ball. He had Kelsey going. Hill was going. Everyone was going. Hunt. And then he's just been completely horrible.
Besides last week where he threw up 51 points against
Jets. Me. Yeah. But other than that, 15, 8, 20, 16, 18.
Underwhelming.
Right. Took himself right out of MVP talks.
Real quick.
But you saw what he's capable of at least last week. So, Salami, you have a shot. I don't know which Alex Smith you're going to get, but...
Jekyll and Hyde.
But it's the other quarterback that you should be worried about. Todd Hundley. No, Brett Hundley.
His name could be Todd, though.
Todd Hundley was an old catcher on the Mets.
Yeah, he was.
Real good. One of my favorite players. Brett Hundley, you lost Rodgers. I mean, what are you going to do? Best quarterback fantasy-wise and real-wise in the league. Clearly, in my opinion. And Hundley just hasn't... He had one decent game out of 6. The rest have been terrible. He has a negative in there. He had 6 points last week. 84 yards passing.
That was horrible. And it's not like they were up the entire game. They were in that game the entire... They wound up winning. They were playing the game like a regular game. It wasn't that we're just gonna keep
Right.
running because we're up 30 points. No. They won by 6 points in overtime.
His stat line looks like of someone who got injured in the second quarter.
Yeah, definitely. Looking at his Steelers matchup was the matchup I started the Steelers defense, just to let you know, and he threw up 28 points. That was just because I think he had 2 long touchdowns. You can't predict those, so that shit just happens. I was leaning towards me too with the quarterbacks just because how bad Hundley can be, and
That's
I
what
think
I'm leaning to.
I think he's really bad. Looking at the running backs next, we go Kareem Hunt, Dion Lewis versus Hyde and Mixon. I don't think Mixon's starting this week.
Well, he's got Freeman in his flex.
Oh, Freeman.
So we have to call it Hyde and Freeman.
Hyde and Freeman
versus Hunt and Dion.
What do you got, Pete?
I don't know. Kareem Hunt. I don't even know what to think of him anymore.
What happened to him?
He was so good. You wouldn't trade him for any other best players in the league, and then you would trade him, and then no one wanted to trade for him. He literally started out number 1. Clearly had more points than everyone easily, and then
just fell.
15, 9, 10, 11, 3, 9. Those are his last 6 weeks. I don't know what happened.
No touchdowns, nothing.
You should be very nervous about that. You're hoping that the old Kareem
I'm hoping for a touchdown or 2.
Right.
That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping for a couple goal line touchdowns, which is very possible. That offense was moving the ball last week, and I'm kind of hedging it. He has Alex Smith. I have Kareem Hunt and Kelsey. So if Alex Smith has a decent game, I could kind of hope that Hunt and Kelsey are gonna have a good game. I mean, Kelsey had a tremendous game last week. He had like 25.
Smith throws up 50 points again. One of those guys is
one of your guys are gonna
have a big game.
Yeah,
for sure.
And also, I don't need Alex Smith for Kelsey to have a big game. Kelsey could have 25 points, and Alex Smith could have 10, 15.
Kelsey gets 25 points every week. Even though Alex Smith has been bad.
Doesn't really matter.
That was a really good draft pick, Tom.
Oh,
Kelsey.
Man. I love Kelsey. I've had Kelsey
I tried picking him, actually.
On teams. I think for 3 straight years I've had him on teams. Looking at Freeman, I'm nervous with Freeman. I know he was concussed. He was out a little bit. He plays the Saints, and the Saints have a really good defense. It's a Thursday night game. Thursday night games are notorious under games.
Oh, so he does. You do have a Matt guy.
Oh, he does. Oh, yeah. Freeman. Totally forgot.
The big guy too.
Big guy.
One of his best guys.
So that's could make or break the week. I'm leaning him right now just because I know what Kareem Hunt is at this point, Pete. He's 11-point guy. I think that's what he is.
It's weird how Dion Lewis is actually a more consistent back.
Yeah.
The last 5 weeks.
Dion Lewis is...
he used to be the hit or miss guy, Dion Lewis.
Yeah.
Now he is getting 15 carries a week, and Kareem Hunt's going to be hit or miss.
Yeah. Yeah, Dion Lewis is a guy that I think he'd rush for 100 yards any game of the year. The only thing is he don't get the goal line carries, which fucking really twists my chops because Burkhead gets everything, and Burkhead's scoring the touchdowns. Burkhead, I think, might be a better option this week. Might not be, though. Dion Lewis, I mean, he's broken some big runs during these games. He's had 30, 40-yard rushes, but he just didn't get in the end zone. I'm hoping...
I think, like a ceiling-wise, I think you have a higher ceiling.
Yeah.
But consistency-wise and who I would pick, I would probably have Hyde and Freeman.
Yeah.
Over a year or 2.
Yeah.
All right, on to wide receivers for this matchup. DeAndre Hopkins. Haven't said that on video since last year.
It's been a while.
He's great.
Second best wide receiver in the league, behind Antonio.
It doesn't Watson, no Watson. It didn't matter. Tom was right.
Really didn't matter. I offered him in so many trades and no one wanted him.
I declined.
Nobody wanted him. I'm glad nobody wanted him.
I'm upset at myself for that. I'm sure other people declined too. Everyone was nervous about Watson going out, but this guy just throws to him all the time, and he catches everything.
Everything.
You saw the coach say to him before the game the other week, "You know you're the best in the game, right?"
No, I didn't.
He said, "I know."
Shit, I know, man.
That's all he said. And he's just not the best because Antonio's the best.
Yeah.
And then Julio, and then maybe him. Odell's gay. Still,
Yeah.
He's a fag.
He is.
Then you have Tate. How's Tate been?
He has been great for 5 weeks and then horrible for 4 weeks.
Well, hopefully he's going to be great again.
Hopefully.
Because he does have Stafford. Stafford's great. They throw plenty.
Stafford's hurt though right now. He's got a bruised hand. I don't know if he's playing this week. I'm praying he plays. If he doesn't play, I'm in a tight spot then.
As if Task couldn't get any more lucky
I know.
this season.
Yeah.
What a joke that
Joke.
Oh my god. The 1 week he has a bye, his best.
I'm gonna have
is-
Josh Gordon in my wide receiver spot, not him.
Oh, I was looking. Yeah, he has D.D. Westbrook. I don't know what
I thought it
NBA
was
team
Russell.
he got him
I
from.
thought it was Russell.
But he's gonna have Josh Gordon. He's having Josh Gordon on his bench up until Saturday night. Probably he's gonna sneak him in, as if we don't see him on his bench.
Josh Gordon.
No, he's in the flex. Whatever. And then Salami counters that with Doug Baldwin, Mr. Reliable Doug Baldwin. I feel like he's always on Salami's team.
Always on Salami's team.
Just like Keenan Allen's always on Wonder's team.
Just like Keenan,
It pisses
yes.
me off because I never draft either one of them. I never would,
No.
and they're always good.
Yeah.
Baldwin,
Crab.
he got the crab. Seattle's a weird offense though. I don't know. Russell Wilson is playing out of his mind. Could be the MVP actually. But I don't know who's getting all the points besides him.
Paul Richardson. I don't know what the fuck. That
Baldwin-
offense, he spreads that ball, and
Right.
I don't know.
I don't know who runs the ball anymore.
Mike Davis.
McKissick plays.
Mike Davis. He's the new dude.
But Baldwin's always good. He's has a very high floor and a high ceiling. He's got the crab.
Touchdown dependent Crab.
If he doesn't get into a fist fight this week, he might throw up some points. He does. You're right. He does need touchdowns to score. He's always good for like 6 catches for 60 yards. But if you don't get a touchdown, that's nothing. Gloria's ass just called Tom.
His
and then
third
he's got
guy-
the secret weapon, my favorite,
I love this guy.
Robbie
too.
Anderson.
Remember when your father told us about him?
Yeah.
Your father was like, "Yo, this
You
guy's
just
gonna be
love
good." Last year, he was like, "This guy's gonna be good." Robbie Anderson, watch out for
We
him.
were like, yeah.
What the hell
He
you
didn't
talking
come
about?
close to getting drafted this
Yeah.
year by anyone. Not even Salami, not even me, none of the
Yeah.
Jet fans.
Nobody.
But he's been
Really good.
tremendous. He's fast, he's tall, he's a little too skinny, but he's been going nuts for like 8 weeks now. He's been consistent. If he catches one deep touchdown, he goes over 100 and it's over 25 points.
I saw a stat about
35
him.
points the other
I don't
week.
know in what league, if it was standards or half PPR or full PPR, but since week 7, he's the number 2 overall wide receiver. He's been tremendous.
That's
I
unbelievable.
mean, he has, 6, 7 touchdowns in that time. He's gone over 100 yards a couple times.
With McCown on the
With
Jets.
McCown on the Jets, yeah. It's crazy. He's the number 12 overall.
Yeah, he got
overall
25 twice, 35,
Those are big weeks, man.
19, 14,
19
22.
I mean, yeah, I
He's
like
been good.
I like him a lot. Who do you
As
like?
for who I give the edge to, I got to go Tom on this one. Hopkins is the best out of the whole group of 6, easily. I'm not kidding. I'm scared of Josh Gordon.
Josh Gordon could
I
be
hate
the
to
best.
say that. He did all right last week, but he had tons of targets. Every time he caught one, he got yards. 4 for 85, I think. You
Yeah.
said, right?
He had that 30-yard
He looks in
catch on the
shape.
sideline was beautiful, man.
He doesn't have a fucking camelback with a hose underneath his helmet with
Chardonnay.
rosé in it. He's sober. He could be good. And
Baldwin,
Yeah.
I think Baldwin has a real tough matchup too.
At Jacksonville,
Yeah, at
yeah.
Jacksonville, and you either
Secondary
have
is great.
AJ Bouye or you have Jalen Ramsey, and both of those guys are 2 lockdown, shutdown cornerbacks.
then you have Robbie Anderson in Denver.
Robbie Anderson, no fly zone defense.
Talib.
Gonna be tough.
He needs one of those deep balls to have a good week.
Yeah.
You need the crab, Sal. You need the crab.
Need the crab.
You're going to need the crab because what do we got? We got tight ends now.
Oh yeah, that's me.
It is. But we got to talk a little bit about
Yeah,
it.
we do.
Travis Kelce turned out,
Number 1 overall.
I think he
tight
is the
end.
best overall, too. I think he's better than Gronk.
I really do think so too.
He looks like a younger Gronk.
Does.
Like a faster and better shape Gronk. He catches everything. He has those big hands, big steps. He's fast when he gets going. They target him a ton.
He's the number 1. He leads the team in targets. He leads the team in catches. He leads the team in touchdowns. Wide receiver.
He looks like as if Gronk was 5 years younger.
Yeah.
That's what he looks like. Except now Kelsey's in his prime, and he's been great.
Rocking.
And, of course, Salami owns the Irishman, Kyle Rudolph, who's been pretty good. Decent. 7th best tight end. Real solid. 10, 12, 14, 20, 11, 13.
High floor, low, very low ceiling.
Right, 10 to 20. He'll get.
Yeah, I don't think he's going over 25 at all. Which Kelsey he goes over 25 all the time, which is huge. The flex spot right now, he's gonna have.
Who are you gonna have?
I'm leaning either. I was talking to my other partner. I'm not gonna name names.
How much does he get if you win the league?
He's getting 10%. I'm saying it now. He's getting 10% just because he's helped me make a lot of tough decisions. Right now I'm leaning Westbrook. He told me Doxson because he thinks Doxson is the truth, and I've been starting Doxson and he's catching all these touchdowns, and I just can't do it. I can't rely on 3 catches for 30 yards and a touchdown. I can't do it. So
you're going Doxson in your flex.
It's either Doxson or Westbrook right now at this point. Westbrook is I think
is Westbrook.
He's the higher floor right now. Yo,
D.D. Westbrook.
Yeah. 19 targets the past
Dodie Westbrook.
19 targets the past 2 weeks. He was on the physically unable to perform list to open up the season. Didn't play till week 10, I think, right?
Yeah.
He didn't play till
2 weeks. That's all he's played. 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
He's had 6 catches the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, 6 catches back-to-back weeks. Bortles has been relying on him. Jags are huge on him going into the year. He was supposed to be really good. 13-10, 6.5. I'm hoping for about 15, 16 points out of that spot. I think I have a better shot getting it with him than I do with Doxson because I think Doxson is he's 1 game away from just having a 2-point game and just fucking up everything. But you look at his flex spot. He's coming out there right now. I guess it would be Mixon, but I don't know if Mixon was knocked out cold. And it was
Mixon's a big questionable. He's questionable, but he hasn't been to practice yet this week. Concussion protocol.
Yeah.
He wasn't even at practice.
Yeah.
He's probably not going to play.
I don't think he's going to play. It was a really, really bad hit. He went limp. Very scary.
He was done. Everyone was going limp in that game.
Yeah, it was.
That was real bad.
Bloodbath. For the NFL is really unhappy about that game.
Guys getting suspended. Typical AFC North matchup.
That really is.
And everyone got mad at him for saying that because guys were dying in the hospital.
Mouth.
People are still in the hospital.
Shazier
can't still move his lower legs.
His
lower extremities.
God, I feel so bad for the guy.
And that was the only play that wasn't dirty.
Yeah.
He hit the guy in his legs.
A regular hit.
He was out.
I think he's going to wind up starting T.Y. Hilton in that spot. And T.Y. Hilton, if you look at his numbers, he is the definition of boom or bust.
Right.
He booms probably like 3 or 4 times during the year, over 30 points. He'll have games with 200 yards.
Look at this, 2, 4, 3, 37.
That's what I'm talking about.
6, 8, 5, 31.
Yeah, I can't.
3, 4, 27.
Yeah, I can't have this.
That's crazy.
Okay, I'm gonna be really nervous. I'm really nervous that Ty is gonna be in that spot, and if he's in that spot, he's going for 30 points.
And Sal, you got to put Ty in that spot.
You
anyway.
have to.
It's gonna.
You need a home run hitter in that spot. I think you have to put Ty in. Mixon's only gonna give you 15 points.
James White.
Yeah, James White, high floor, low ceiling.
Yeah,
you need that guy who's going to send you over the top. Ty is definitely that guy. Definitely think he has a shot to do it. He plays against Buffalo. I know that. It's going to be a cold matchup in Buffalo probably. I think they're supposed to get blizzard, I think, sometime next week. So the cold front's already is going to be chilling there. It's going to be cold.
Chilling.
Yeah, right there. It's either T.Y. and Mixon. I think T.Y. is just going to be in there by default because you really don't have any options besides James White. Yeah, and then defense kicker. We don't talk about that because, I mean,
I like your Patriots pickup though.
Love the Patriots.
You have Justin Tucker, who's the best kicker in the league.
Yeah.
But like we said, it doesn't really matter. The guy if he gets no opportunities to kick, he doesn't score any points. But if he does, he's gonna make them probably.
Or if you're
he has Matt Bryant tomorrow too. Another guy for Thursday night
God.
So
that could either
Freeman
go,
and Bryant.
How about we have under 20 points? That'll be great. Just another thing to say, guys. We had a really, really great year. It was a very fun year. A lot of feelings were hurt. Ton of feelings hurt. But we see that these 6 guys that are in right now, we know why they're in at this point. We know why some of these teams they couldn't get it going. I mean, I feel bad for Dom. I still feel really bad. You look at his defense and kicker. He had the best defense and kicker combination I think I've ever seen in fantasy.
Week in and week out.
Week in, week out.
Every single week.
He was getting 30 points out of those two spots every single week. 30, 40, 50 points from his defensive player, too, if you had those three spots. And he looked unbeatable at times. He was going for the highest points
Dom
for.
Dom had a good year. Dom deserved to be in, but I don't think any of the 6 of us deserved to be out. So if there were 7 teams that made it, it would have been perfect, I think.
Yeah.
But 6 was good. I like the 2 buys. It's a lot to play for, the 1 and 2. It's huge. Tass and Wonder can chill out this week, relax.
Pick up guys for next week.
Yeah, they can just watch us fucking yell at each other all weekend. And those buys are huge. But I think Dom deserved in, but none of us deserved out. It was a great finish.
There's one team that deserved to be out, and that was Jack's team.
Jack's the only team that deserved to be out.
From the get-go. As soon as he traded LaShawn McCoy, that was it. It was a wrap for a season.
Jack will probably watch this video, too. Jack loves this league, and I love that Jack fought to the last week of the season.
Tremendous,
he fought right to the trade
effort.
deadline, making trades. He got his lock pick for next year.
Valiant effort, Jack.
He wanted to win that last week of the year. Didn't mean anything, but just the chips didn't fall in the right spots for him. But I love the effort.
Most points against. Can't win.
Least points for, most points against.
Bad combination.
But effort was great. I love the effort by everyone. We bumped the money up this year. You can see how it got a little heated at times.
Very heated.
I don't know how many friends Tom has left in the league. But,
I don't have many.
But at the end of the day, it's all fun at the end of the day.
All fun and games.
But it is a big pot. It's going to be a good race to the final. I'm real upset that I have to play Gordo the first round. I think you're probably going to need 200 points to win that matchup. Maybe 180, 190, 200.
Yep.
And on the other side, I think you're going to need 160 to win their matchup.
That's it.
With Tom and Salami. So one boom, like a boom from T.Y. or a boom from Kareem Hunt can be the matchup right there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all I got, Tom.
Yeah, very fun. Very fun. It's going to be very interesting last 3 weeks. Good luck, guys. Everyone. It's going to be a very, 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 very interesting week 14, 15, 16 in the NFL season, guys.
I'm coming for you, Wonder, next week.
Oh!